Let's burn with the power of the undying suns. Welcome to the Sunbreaker.
Stop the enemy runner. Enemy runner.
Hello one and all, I am SBC Brawlers aka Brawlers, and welcome to my 7th Guardian review in Destiny. It has been a while since I've done any review in general, but now I am finally back to do this review for the Sunbreaker, Stormcaller, and Night Stalker. But as of this moment, it's all about the Sunbreaker. If you love being a Titan and you really want to get your hands on the Sunbreaker, here's how. The Sunbreaker is one out of the 3 subclasses that the Titans can get their hands on and use the flames within through purchasing the Taken King expansion. Not every Titan in the system has this subclass available without doing a certain quest after getting the Taken King. Once you get the Taken King, you are first sent to the planet Venus to find a legion of Sunbreakers. This group is very fast and difficult to catch, especially since there's a giant war going on with, we got the Vex, we got the Fallen, we got the Hive, Cabal, and the Taken. You all get the point. After reaching your certain destination, you are then sent to Mercury on the grounds of the Burning Shrine, aka the multiplayer map of Mercury. Upon landing, you are then greeted by Oros, a high-ranking Sunbreaker legend that gives you instructions to get a hold of and wield the Hammer of Soul. Unfortunately, we do not know what Oros looks like or where we can find this Guardian at the moment. Oh, I forgot to mention, Oros is a female Titan, and she is one of the most powerful Titans out there. Oh yeah. Anyways, once one with the fire, you will unlock the following perks. A fusion grenade, which is none other than a flamey sticky grenade that if you stick to the enemies, they're gonna go boom. Lift, the general jump that all Titans have. Hammer of Soul, the flaming hammer that you wield out once you activate the super, and you are able to slam your enemies with full fire and a heavy hammer. And Sunstrike, a heavy solar melee strike with a flaming kick from your knuckles as you are fighting off the Vex. I will say that these are excellent targets to test the fire and the flame that you will carry on. Now we're gonna go on with the rest of the skill tree. There are more grenades that you can choose from. Well, we got 2 more. We have a new grenade that is unique and exclusive to the Sunbreaker class, and that's the Thermite grenade. Once you throw this little guy, a vertical flame wall will be shot out, so you can actually prevent enemies from coming too close to you with this hot firewall. There's a joke in there somewhere if you know something about computers. And an incendiary grenade. Just a simple flame grenade that explodes within a few seconds after you throw the grenade, that will burn enemies caught in its blast radius. Going back with the jump abilities, we also have increased height, which allows the Titan to get more height, increased control, you have more air directional control, and a catapult, which upgrades you for a small burst. Looking back at the super abilities, you'll get to unlock a few more once you are messing around with the Sunbreaker. We have ourselves Forge Master, the ability to throw more hammers and bigger explosions. Sun Charge, while you have Sun Charge active in your system, press R2 for the PlayStation controllers and RT for the Xbox controllers to lunge yourself forward to the enemy. If you hit an enemy, your enemy will explode and chain that flaming damage to other enemies. And trust me, you do not want to be in the middle of a Titan with this ability. Just look at this Guardian fly! And this one. Oh boy. Anyways, moving on to the last ability, which is Scorched Earth. You will be able to create sunspots everywhere you go once the Hammer Soul hits a certain mark. As long as you're throwing the hammers and wherever the hammer hits, you will create a sunspot. Heading on back with the solar melee abilities, we have 3 extra ones. And the first one is Melting Point. You get to burn target defenses upon a full bar sunstrike. The targets are easier to take down for both you and your allies. Thermal Vents are second one. Upon hitting an enemy, will release a solar explosion upon impact. Getting a kill will make a sunspot for the enemy. So if you like to be hitting on the enemies, that sounds so wrong. If you're constantly killing enemies with just one hit from your melee bar, you'll be able to create more grounds for you to stay safe and for the enemies to burn. And the final one is Stoke the Forge. You will be able to reduce the Sunstrike cooldown. And the one-hit kill will instantly recharge and keep on hitting. Alrighty, now we have the Titan Codexes to take a look at, which they are the same for the Striker and the Defender classes. We've got Titan Codexes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Number 1 focuses with battle recovery and toughness. Number 2 rolls with speed and toughness. Number 3 focuses with battle recovery and speed. 4, you're dealing with all attributes. 5, focusing on maximum recovery. And 6, all is nothing but raw speed. Last but not least, the bonus abilities. First up's Flame Seeker. Hammer of Soul seeks out enemies with a flaming path. Very useful when it comes to Crucible matches. If you got that enemy that's hiding, but you can kind of see him or her, and if you have a Hammer of Soul in hand, just let the hammer do its job. Second, Explosive Prior. Enemies killed by the flaming hammer explode and chain the fire to other enemies. Just a simple flaming chaining reaction, nothing more. Third, Fleet Fire. Enemies killed by your fire grants you bonus agility and reload speed. This will stack up to 3 times. So you gotta be quick with this perk if you really want to get your stacked abilities. Fourth, Simmering Flames. If your super is full, but you're not actively using it, your grenade and melee cooldowns are twice as fast. For those Guardians that will really want to go in like a full maniac with the flames in their systems, make sure your melee and your grenade abilities are intact. Once ready, just throw everything out and go at it. Fifth bonus ability, Cauterize. Enemies killed by your fire will heal you up. All you gotta do is keep killing and you'll keep on healing. And finally, number 6, Firekeeper. Standing on a Sunspot gives you an overshield and your Hammer of Soul lasts a little longer. There was a patch that happened last month, and by last month I mean December 2015, just before the endings of reaching the new year. And I was lucky enough to get my hands on the Hammer of Soul before this actually happened. Before, a lot of people mentioned that they were able to throw a lot of hammers. From what I've counted, I was able to throw 7 to 8 hammers, which was quite a lot. But after the nerf happened, the Hammer of Soul subclass only grants you 5 to 6 hammers upon activation. This perk can really help you and your allies out when it comes to PvE strikes and raids. All you gotta do is activate your super, start throwing everything down on the floor, and if you really want to keep on going, just stand in the sunspot. You'll get that overshield and maybe throw a few more hammers. One more thing to mention, try combining Firekeeper with Scorched Earth. You will really bring your enemies down, burning, crumbling to the ground, and they will become nothing but ashes and dust. Well, turning down the flames a bit with the Sunbreaker, being active with the subclass can both be an offensive and defensive guardian at the same time. Sunbreakers can pair with the Striker and back up a defender, along with being a flaming surprise for friendly warlocks and hunters on your side. Bringing in the hard, heavy flames is what the subclass is all about. Maintaining the heat with the heavy hammer, you will crush your enemies into tiny, hot pieces of matter. Well, this finishes the Sunbreaker subclass. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something new today. Hope you got crazy ideas going on in your head. But most of all, I hope you enjoyed. If you're one that loves to use the Titan, let me know in the comments down below what you really love to run with. This includes what favorite primary, secondary, heavy, subclass, and favorite exotic armor pieces, or whatever armor piece you really love to utilize with your Titan. Hope you will join me next time. As the storm emerges from around the corner, we have the Stormcaller class coming up next. Until then, game on, gamers.